Google sees more than 8 billion searches every day, and almost half of those searches are local in intent. So you absolutely want to maximize your odds of capturing that local traffic for your business. Today we're ditching the confusing jargon and diving into local SEO basics on page SEO. We'll show you how to get your website working for you, attracting those local customers who are practically begging to find you. Hi everyone, welcome back to our multi-part video series all about local SEO. This is video 5 in the local SEO series, and today's video is all about on-page SEO. But if you missed the previous videos in this series, I covered how to optimize your Google business profile, how to quickly do keyword research to find the most valuable terms, and then how to find local citations to boost your local search rankings in Google. You can get the links to those videos in the description down below. But before I get further into the content, let me briefly introduce myself. I'm Toby Danilchuk with 39 Celsius Web Marketing Consulting, and I've been actively involved with digital marketing for over 20 years. And if you find this video helpful, please give me a like on the video and subscribe to my channel for more actionable digital marketing tips. Okay, back to the content. Think of your website like a storefront. On-page SEO is how you decorate it, catch the eye of both customers and Google. Remember, search engines typically read a page's code to learn what it's about, starting at the top and moving to the bottom. One of the first things the search engine reads is the metadata in the head section of the code. In here is the title tag and meta description. The title tag and meta description is also what shows in the search results pages of Google, so they influence not only search engines but humans too. Now, the title tag and meta descriptions are not variables used in ranking your page higher in search results. In other words, if you put keywords here, you're not going to just rank because you put keywords there. These tags just make it easier for the search engine to understand what the page is about. But don't discount these tags either. Well-written title tags, meta descriptions can definitely help you win the click over your competitors when done correctly, with calls to action and benefits mentioned in them. So let's discuss the title tag first. For search engines, this tag allows you to tell the search engine what the page is about. For humans, they will be reading your title tag in the search results. So this tag also tells readers what the page is about. But this is also free advertising space in Google. So you can include direct response elements in the title tag too, like learn more or other features and benefits of the page content. Use ChatGPT to help generate ideas. But here's some practical examples. Best pizza in Temecula, Mamma Mia's Pizzeria. Or if you were a med spa and had a page on laser tattoo removal, your title tag might say laser tattoo removal Temecula. Fast results. From this, the search engine can see, okay, this page is about laser tattoo removal in Temecula. The fast results part of that title tag is more for the human as a benefit to entice them to click through. Here's an example from my site. We can actually see Google truncated the very last part of the title tag, which actually was only the question mark, so no big deal. But here's some best practice guidelines for title tags. You have very limited space. Title tags should be between 50 and 60 characters long, including spaces. Google will truncate longer title tags in the search results. Include your main keyword near the beginning if you can, and whatever your keyword is for the page, use it in your title tag, meta description, and your H1 tag. Now let's move on to the meta description. This is your window display and gives a tempting preview of what's inside. Each page on your site only has one title tag and one meta description. Compared to the title tag, a meta description has far more space available to write effective descriptions. So you have 150 to 160 characters approximately. You can write longer, but Google may truncate it when it shows in a search results page. Make sure you use the same keyword you used in the title tag, but now write relevant content around it with features and benefits of the page content and calls to action. Here's an example of a meta description on a blog post on my site. Performance max or search ads. Learn whether PMax or search campaigns or both drive more value for your business. Click to learn more. So you can see that I used a similar keyword in my title tag, and you can see a similar keyword phrase in the meta description, performance max or search ads. So is the keyword identical? No, but it's close and the intent is the same, and Google knows this. Now for the rest of it, write like this is a headline that grabs people's attention. For example, I have direct response copy here, performance max or search ads, question. is how it starts. Posing a question is always an effective tactic, and in this case, the blog post is about just that. Then, learn whether PMAX or search campaigns drive more value for your business. Click to learn more. I want the reader to know in my blog post that you will find information that will help you make an informed financial decision. Then I end that with a strong call to action. Click to learn more. Use ChatGPT or any other AI writing program to help you draft responses and tell it to limit the responses to 150 to 160 characters and links. So the goal is to appeal to both humans and search engines. Now we move on to heading tags, H1, H2, H3. These help people and Google find what they're looking for and understand your content and content organization. The H1 is your main headline. It's what the page is about. And there should only be H1 tag on each page. The goal of your headline is to get people to read the next line in your copy, so make it good. For SEO, make sure your keyword is in the H1 tag once. The H1 is like a news article headline. The headline is so important that famed ad man David Ogilvy once said that when you have written your headline, you have spent 80 cents out of your dollar. It's that important, so make it good. And use AI to generate ideas and variations. For the other tags, H2, H3, H4, you can have more than one on each of those on your page. If you have secondary keywords and phrases, you can include those in your H2, H3 tags, but use these tags to organize and structure your page content. Here's an example from my own site. Here's the H2, which is about campaign types. And then the first campaign type I talk about is Performance Max, which I then use an H3 header. Then a bit down below, I use an H4 header for the next sub-headline. But all that content is related by nesting it with heading tags in an organized way. Heading tags are not ranking signals, but they do help readers and search engines understand your content better. And if search engines understand your content better, they can rank it for more terms. Now let's discuss image optimization, image search. This is a big deal. Google is serving up more and more images in videos and search results. So image SEO and optimization is important. First up are alt tags. These tags tell search engines what your image is about. So in this example, the alt tag for this image is comparing search versus Performance Max features. It accurately tells Google what the image is about. And for any images, rename the files so they have your keywords in them and are accurate of what the image is. So instead of some random number.jpg, name it the same as you did for the alt tag with the keywords. Next, use captions under your images. This helps not only humans, but also it gives more details to search engines about what your image is about. Next up is optimizing the image size. There are two components to image size, the dimensions and the overall size in kilobytes. Make sure the width and height of the image is the same dimension as the spot on the page where the image is going. In other words, if the width of the spot is 600 pixels wide on the page, don't load an image that is larger than 600 pixels wide. We recently had a client that was using oversized images in every case, and the page suffered greatly as the browser has to resize the image before loading them, which hurts your SEO. Also, make sure the overall size is the smallest it can be, so take your image into Photoshop or Canva and shrink the overall size of the image to the lowest that you can before it loses quality. JPEG or WebP is likely the format that will get you the best results. We often use JPEG image files and vary the quality rating before saving it to see how small we can take it. We can often get images that are 4 megabytes down to 50 or 60 kilobytes. I have a link in the video description to a post I have all about image optimization for SEO that you can read for more detailed information. Now let's discuss local keywords and how to use them in the body text of your page. Up to this point, we've discussed using your keywords in the title tag and meta description, in the heading tags, alt tags, and now you should have a few mentions in the body copy. But here's my best tip for you to follow in terms of how to use keywords on your page. Just write your content naturally. Don't stuff keywords in your content. Write for humans first. As long as you do that and your keywords appear once or a handful of times on the page, you should be in good shape. Now, for the type of content, write content that matters. Google and people love websites that offer something valuable and engaging. Here's some ideas. Blog posts, share local news, tips, or customer spotlights. or how-to articles, top 10 tips, etc. Write helpful content whenever you can that solves your customers' pain points. Service pages. Describe what you do and why you're the best. FAQs. Answer common questions people might have about your business. Then you can mark those up using schema markup to make it easier for Google to know you have FAQs. And for additional content ideas for your site, you can always look at what others in your niche that are ranking well are writing about. For a more in-depth read on SEO content, I have links in the video description for more helpful content on that topic as well. Finally, make sure you always have calls to action. Tell people what to do next. Call now. Click to download our ebook. Fill out the form. Get started. Book your appointment now. Don't leave people hanging. Tell them what to do next. It makes a difference. Okay, this was a quick overview of the basics of on-page SEO. Can seem a bit overwhelming, but just start implementing these tips now. It's time to act and start learning from doing. Review your website. Check those title tags, meta descriptions, and headings. Start a blog. Even one post a month can make a difference. Images. Optimize your image sizes. Use alt tags. And of course, if you have more questions about on-page SEO or you need help with your company's SEO, reach out to me now at 951-444-0174 or email me at toby@39celsius.com. I respond to all my emails. And a friendly reminder, if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you online.